I need another bus to put all the pieces of my bus while I work on my bus. I have this camera clamped to a piece of copper tubing, so it's whee. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this rot here on the wall was probably just caused by bad aim. Is that a screw? What the hell is that? Okay, so just real quick, I'm taking this cabinet out so that I can get to the floor, so that I can replace the floor, also so that I can replace this wall here. So it's not a whole lot different than the cabinets were back here as far as the way they're built and the way they're held in. They're screwed to the floor, they're screwed to the wall. So I've been crawling around under here trying to get the screws out, trying to see if I could kind of get this out in one piece or close to one piece, but it's proven to be difficult. So I had the idea to just take my cutoff saw and just cut the copper pipes going to that sink and then undo the P-trap over here on this side. That saved me a lot of time having to loosen those. And now I'm just going to take a putty knife or something. The only thing holding this sink in is the caulk. So cut the caulk, get the sink out of the way. Once I get the sink out of the way, I can get to these screws that are going in here. And then this top will come off, and then it'll be the same drill as the back was. I'll be able to get to the rest of the screws a lot easier. That heater right there is probably gonna have to come out because there's gonna be a nailer behind here. And I can probably access it through this hole. So that's what we're doing today. All right, so I got this guy here, and this is an extremely handy tool for dealing with anything that has to do with caulk. I've used it on the roof, and the key here is that I have sharpened the crap out of this thing. And it enables me to do things like get up under this caulk right here and cut it rather quickly and easily. So I'm just going to try to work my way around, break this caulk free without scratching up the counter too much. And the little point on here is good too for just like coming through and cutting, caulking or whatever. So, oh, looks like it's already wanting to move. Come up. Oh wow, lucked up on that one. Oh wow, yeah. Looks like the caulk is gonna just let go for us. Let's see if I can grab this. Okay, it's coming, but the P-trap is trying to hang on down here. There we go. That was really lucky. All that caulk just kind of came off with the sink. So it looks like maybe there was another sink in here before that popped the Formica when it came out. If I go over there and look at that one, it doesn't look like it's got anything stuck to the bottom of it. Yeah, anyway, 40 years of history, right? Who knows what they've done. You can see down here, you can kind of see where I cut those copper lines off. More mouse habitat down here. But anyway, the important thing is now should be able to get to these screws very easily. So let me do that. Alrighty, so I think I got all the screws out. Let's see. yeah. On the first try, that went a lot better than the one in the back. I'm running out of places to put stuff. I need another bus to put all the pieces of my bus while I work on my bus. Anyway, so now I think if I take, let's see, if I take these screws here out, there's a screw there, there's some more down here, get this divider out, there's only one screw holding that, and then I think what they did here is this drawer, the support here for this drawer runner was like put in after the fact, because it's got shims there. It's got, I don't know, it just looks like it was. But what they did is, it looks to me like they covered up this nailer with this little piece of wood, and I'm pretty sure there's screws going through there, just like this one. But see, they've got that little piece of wood there. So I think I'm just going to take this all out. I'm going to take this divider out, take this drawer runner out, take all this stuff off. And I have a video here showing me how to put it back together. I really need to vacuum this crap out. Yep, I think I'll do that. And then I'll take this out in two pieces. I'll take this panel off. It's screwed in here and down there. And then I still got to pull that heater out and see about getting those floor screws out and getting the electrical off of that. So, the saga of the floor continues. So, after removing the drawer runner, it let the cat out of the bag. There's two screws. They're going through this little piece of wood where there is, see how it's hard to tell, but that piece of wood doesn't stop right there, keeps going, and then this thing is clamped on it. So I can't, when I tried to pry it out, I couldn't. So that's gonna have to come out, and then this little guy will come out, and then I can get to the screws. One minor drawback of working on something like this that is very well built is that it's very well built. So it's not just going to fall apart. You have to take it apart. Now, I guess there's another screw hiding behind here somewhere. That thing. Knocking the crap out of the camera here, sorry. I have this camera clamped to a piece of copper tubing, so it's whee. Anyway, so now that that's out of the way, I should be able to pry this little guy off. Like my little tiny miniature Wonder Bar. Alright, now that that's out, we have exposed the culprits. Man, this right angle thing is awesome. It's a right angle impact driver, but I don't know. It's like just the right thickness that it doesn't want to work good for this. But like for this one, it's going to be great. And for that one, it's hitting. I'd like to see the screwdriver they put this together with. I got like every screw driving tool I own over here, and none of them are really quite right. Alright, that loosened it up quite a bit. Oh no, I'm taking my light out with it. Okay, so now I need to get these screws out. Well, it's moving a lot more than it was. Something's still holding it pretty tight. It's not those, they're kind of stripped. I don't know. So I think I have all the screws out, but this thing doesn't want to move. Oh, there we go, something let go. It's probably something we don't want to let go. This is very solid right here. Is that a screw I see over there? No. Time to get the Wonder Bar. There's nothing to pry on because the floor is rotten. See if I can get in here from this side. Something moved. This screw's probably not backed out quite far enough. trying to kind of just leave these screws hanging in here, but it's a fine line. Okay. That wall, it's probably hard to tell in the video, but that wall is at an angle like this. So if I'm pushing this in, it's going to get tighter. I need to push from this side. Let me try that. So close, but yet so far. I'm feeling under here to see if there's another nail. Can be because I'm lifting up on it. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go with that. That sounds great. Wow. Okay, let's be smart. Okay, so I think what I'll try to do, I can't go this way because it's just, everything's at an angle. It's gonna have to twist out like that, like clockwise. So I'm gonna pop this door off, and then I should be able to do that. I don't know if this was all done as one unit when they put it in here or what. Odds are when they put this in, not all the walls were in, so it was probably easier for them. All right, now see if we can come this way. No, we can't because of the way they built this. Okay. Fine. I will take this cabinet off and I will slide it down, and then this whole thing should come out. Sometimes you just have to call an audible. Okay. So, took a few screws out here. And that didn't seem to be enough to loosen it up. Now that come out. There's one wall, or drawer, or cabinet face, whatever you call it. All right, and now I have ductwork holding me back. I don't see any screws. It's one of those times where I feel like I'm about to get cut. I found a screw. Is that a screw? What the hell is that? Something's holding it. Oh, it's a little nail. Pesky nail. So this thing's actually nailed in with little nails. Hard to see them. There's one. There's one. So the trick is getting my little wonder bar in behind it. So let me do that. So I was trying to figure out why this one was so hard to get out, and I finally had to cut it. This is how long they are. It's like an 1.5 inch long nail to hold this little thing in. I think I'll be putting screws back. You know what, on second thought, we're just gonna unwire this thing and pull the wire back out of the way and take the heater out with the panel. So I'm pretty sure I got the power turned off of this thing, but just making sure. So with these non-contact voltage testers, it's always a good idea to find a known live circuit like this one and make sure it's working. So you can see that's my battery charger. Since I decided to leave the converter off and let everything go dead last night in 18-degree weather, that's probably good for the batteries. All right, so I'd say that's pretty safe. So when Newell did this, they put wire nuts and tape on the wire nuts. It's very thorough of them. Dos, three. Well, you saw it here first, folks. I did not get electrocuted. Out you go. Maybe. Okay. Now, can I please, for the love of all that's holy, get this out of here? My pile of Newell inside of my Newell is getting disheartening. All right, now all I wanted was access to the floor. That's all I wanted. Screws everywhere, wire nuts everywhere, nails everywhere. This is the bathroom pile. All right, so more of the same. No flow. And it appears to go out about the same as the rest. It's gonna stop about right here. There's the wall. Yeah, there we go. And the further you go out here, the better it gets. But right there, that's the metal on the, maybe the fender well. I don't think a fender well goes up this far. It might be the aluminum. Oh yeah. That's pretty strong there. So Lovely. We had a slight leak for a while. I don't think this came from people missing the toilet. Anyway, so the floor was a little droopy right here, and I thought it was just because this piece of flat bar was welded kind of low, but I cut away this metal so I could get to it better and started stepping on it, and it broke loose. And so I've gone in there now with a disc and cut the end of it off so I can so that I can get it up. It was hitting, so I took some off, and I got a little gap there. That's fine. That'll give me somewhere to put some filler metal, and I will just weld that back on there, and then my droopy floor will be no more. Not only that, but I'm going to be putting new flooring all the way across here. Thinking about putting a hatch or something to where you can get down here, because there's my air dryers right there, top of the airbags. I mean, it's kind of some nice access. I don't know, I might think about that a little bit more. But anyway, kind of got a little bit of a mess of the back on the floor back here, but I'm working through it. Well, I got my Pamlico Reeboks on, fixing to go outside and brave the terrible weather. What a beautiful day. Oh good, I left my freaking curtain open on my golf cart. Nice job. Rookie mistake. Let's go out here to the knot bus, see if it's leaking. It gets wet on that bottom step. I don't know. I gotta figure out what's going on with that. It could just be a condensation thing. At the moment, it's just steel. There's holes in it. It is a mess in here. What I really want to do is check. Put that down before I smack my head on it for the 100th time. I want to check in here. This is where it was leaking before. Oh yeah, it's dry as a bone. The other place it was leaking is here. It was coming from the horn mount. This is looking pretty good. I'm not seeing any signs of leakage, so I think I got that sorted out, which is great. The other place it was leaking, which I did not attempt to fix, was in here on this vent pipe. I saw signs of where it had been leaking in the past. You can kind of see. It is not wet at the moment. This is all dry. Let's look in the bathroom. This is where the walls rotted out. You know, I'm really starting to think they left these windows open just to keep the bus sort of ventilated. And I'm wondering if just over the years, just having the windows open caused it to leak. I mean, that looks like it may have been wet at one time. It's not wet right now. I mean, it's been pouring down rain all day. I mean, that looks a little bit like it's been wet, but like I said, pouring rain all day long, and nothing's wet. Well, there's a little drip right there. Is that on the inside? Nope. Maybe right here. Yeah. There it is. Right there. You can kind of see how it's discolored behind the screen there. That's water. That's gotta be it. But where is it coming from? Well, it's definitely dripping in there now. Well, that window's coming out. It's got to anyway, because I got to fix this wall. When I take it out, I'm going to look into rebuilding it. So it looks like it may have been coming down right here and getting in here. And one thing I noticed is when you do open this window and it's raining, it drips down and it hits that screen and goes right through it. So, I mean, like I said, that window was open. When I bought this thing, this window was open. I don't know how long it had been open, but you can see the water drips off of this, comes through the screen and lands either here or just behind there, and you're on the other side of this seal, and it's going to go right in the top of this foam, plywood. And so the bus was parked in a downhill direction. So my guess is it was leaking here and maybe some here too, it looks like. And then it just went down like that. And it ran down the wall and rotted it out. And got the floor too. Ah, what do we have here? That is very wet. A clue. Now where did that drip? How did that get so wet? Is it sweating? You see that? I didn't do that. Yeah, the floor is definitely wet right there. Ah, here we go. I see you. See that little stream of water right there? It's coming from right there. So it's coming in the window right here on this corner and right here. So you can kind of tell that anyway, but now I know for sure it is not because the window was open. I don't think. This window was closed all night and the floor is wet right here. So that is good. That's good to know. Well, it's not good, but it's good to know because that means I need to address window issues before I start messing with this. And whatever is wrong with this window, it's probably wrong with some of the other windows. And just judging from what I've read on the forums, it's not a lot of fun working on these windows. You used to be able to call the company that made them and they would send you seals and be all nice, and apparently they don't do that anymore. But whatever, I'll take them apart and see what I can do. It could just be leaking around the outer seal on the outside, getting in behind. I don't know how to explain it from the inside, but where the caulk goes around the outer edge of the window, that's the only thing keeping water from coming down and going right on in behind there and running across this, going around there and coming down and coming out right there. So you imagine if water got in behind that window, it's going to go right in there, and then gravity is just going to take it right on down until it hits that corner, and then it comes out, goes down, and then could just be doing the same thing on this side. So there's the culprit.